Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you the poker deck, which it basically uses the Jack, Queen, and King cards, and I also run the fusion because I'm sure you guys want to see it. It's not very good, to be honest. In fact, this deck would be a lot better if I were to take those polymerizations out and add more support cards. But we're already running Jack, Queen, and King. We might as well run the Joker as well. So this card has 3800 attack, 2500 defense. Very, very strong. The effect is not very good. It's basically a ultimate providence, but only to cards that target this card. So right off the bat, it doesn't help you with Super Rush. It only helps you with enemy controller. It doesn't help you with Mirror Wall. It doesn't help you, with some of the better traps. It doesn't help you with Floodgate Trap Hole. It only helps with I don't even think it helps with Michizur, if I'm being honest, because Michizur resolves in the damage step sometimes. So I don't know if this card could be chained to that. If you guys know, please correct me down in the comments. But anyway, so the effect is not very good. It's just a huge beef stick. That's all it is. So in the deck, I'm running 3 of the King and 2 of the Jack and 3 of the Queen. Obviously, the main combo is summoning Queen before you summon King, so that you can take Jack out. And the bad thing about Jack is that he must remain in the deck. You don't want to draw him. That's why we only run 2 of them. He needs to stay in the deck because it has to be special summoned from the deck. It can be special summoned from the hand, which kind of sucks. We have 2 double summons in order to have the Queen King combo on the same turn, because you don't really have room to run any kind of protection in order to keep your monsters alive for a turn. So you wanna get it done as soon as possible. So that's why I run double summons. 1 Luminous Spark, because Jack, Queen, and King are all light monsters, and so is Joker. So this increases their attack by 500. It makes them a little bit bulkier because they are very weak. Queen and King are 15 and 1600 respectively. Jack is 1900, but he's a 1 tribute, so it doesn't really help. The other card that I run in order to buff them up is the A Forces. I was originally running 2 of them, but I traded 1 for Luminous Spark, and it actually works really well. Most of the time you're only going to see 1, but either one is fine. They both have their advantages. Luminous Spark obviously buffs them up by more attack, but the A Forces only buffs your monsters. With Luminous Spark, you run into the problem of your opponent having light monsters, and your buff doesn't. It's nothing because it gets cancelled out by your opponent's buff. So they each have their situation. So I feel like running 1 of each help a lot. We run Zin's Shenhu because this deck wants to attack. It wants to be aggressive. It doesn't want a drown out duel. You want to get in there as soon as possible. So I feel like Jin Senhu works a lot better when paired with dual standby, because your opponent is gonna have that extra card, and most of the time they're gonna overextend in the sense of setting 2 and sometimes even 3 back row. So if you have your Shinzen, who you can be ready for that. You don't want to run 3 because 3 is way too cloggy, so 2 is a good number. And I run 1 Jar of Greed. I'm going to explain in a second why I run Jar of Greed when we go up to our next card. So I run Blue Flame Swordsman because he's a very good 4-star warrior. Obviously 1800, 2000 with the A Forces by itself, and it can transfer its attack to another monster during the damage step, so that's really good. And then our last warrior that I haven't mentioned yet, it's Field Commander Ross. He's very good in this deck. Obviously, he doesn't see a lot of play because it's rather slow. So when this card is normal or special summon, you choose one level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck, except itself, and you put it on top of your deck. So this helps you get the missing piece. You know, you can get your king or queen depending on what's in your hand, or you can search for your blue flame swordsman if you need him. But he is kind of slow, and it kind of sucks sometimes to lock yourself into, you know, a top deck. So that's where Jar of Greed kind of comes in place, where, you know, if you have to use this effect and you have your Jar of Greed set, you're still gonna get your normal draw. And I don't know, to me it felt like it helped, because sometimes it sucks when you lock yourself out of your top deck. But anyway, that's it for the deck. 2 polymerization. I don't want to run 3 because it's a dead card. I only have one fusion, and even if I had 2, there's no way I'd ever actually fuse 2. You know, that would be 8 cards in hand. That's pretty impossible. So just 2 of them. Again, I feel like if I take this out and just run the deck as a beatdown deck would be a lot better. But for the sake of the memes, we're running Arcana Knight Joker. Let's go ahead and show you some replays. Full disclosure, I only pulled off the fusion twice. So because a lot of times I would just win the duel before I even got to my polymerization, and that's because this deck can be very explosive. This first replay, it's kind of underwhelming, but you guys know how much I like beating ice barriers, and although I didn't see any ice barrier monsters, I 100% know that that's what this man was running. He's a Mako, he's running balance. He went first and does absolutely nothing, because we all know that he needed to play his little triangle and destroy something. So I have all my combo pieces. I have queen, double summon, king, I summon jack, and I just attack for game. Get out of here with your ice barriers. Alright, that replay took absolutely no time, but you know, I like showing anytime I can destroy ice barriers, burn decks, anything that annoys me. I like showing it to you guys. So here we're going up against Yummy Merrick. I don't remember what they were running. You can also run this deck with the tie that binds. It basically works as the A forces kind of. I just wanted to go with dual standby. You guys know it's basically my favorite skill at this point. So we're going up against right back at you Merrick. You know, attack directly, rely on back row. Unlucky for him, I have Shinzen who, so I can start attacking. He has a Karibo, so he can protect his life points. Goes for the right back at you, and then summons Amazonas Swordsman. But he actually did me a favor by destroying my field commander, because I'm able to summon my king that I already had in hand. I go for Jack, fusion summon for Joker, and obviously I don't attack the Amazonas with that because I would have taken all the damage. Instead, I've used my field commander to destroy the Amazonas, and then I just attack directly with my Joker for 3,800. Nice and easy. And let's show you this one real quick. This was Tea against Tea. This player was actually Platinum 5, and I don't understand how they got to Platinum 5 if this is what they ran. As I mentioned, I hate ice barriers, and this is the other deck I hate. Tea Burn, which is still going on, and not even the Fire Princess version, just old school Tea Burn. I'm going first. So I just summon my field commander, and I go get my king because I already have queen and I have jack. She goes for Mask of the Restricted, Goblin Thief, Hinosama, Burning Lands, and Restructured Revolution. The one Restructured Revolution that the deck still has. So luckily for me, I didn't activate Luminous Spark, and I had a jack, so I can tribute summon. I can tribute my field commander, and I get in there for 2600. He gets 500 burned. He has another Mask of the Accursed. Luckily for me, I top deck double summon. So I summon my queen and my king. He's got Lady Assailant or whatever, but I survive with 100 life points, and then I destroy the living stuff out of her. And then we got two more replays. This one against the Joey Wheeler. I think it was the last gamble Joey. The Frost and Flame Dragon. I almost said Frosted Flakes. That's what I get for, you know, seeing what you guys call cards in the streams. We're going up first. I have my Shinzen Hu. Every time you open Shinzen Hu and you go first, you know that it's gonna be a good duel. It's just so clutch. Again, like I said, they overextend to some degree. Setting 2. I already had my king, and the double summon is not needed, but I have Luminous Spark, I have the Ace Forces, and look at how much damage I have on board. 3000, 2600, and 2700. Even though the monster came back, I was still able to finish him off over that, because his monster was forcefully summoned in attack mode. And we'll go ahead and show you this last replay. And I do apologize if the feed looks a little laggy. I think my computer is giving out. All the streams are starting to get to it. It's an old machine. But this should be a quick one if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're going up against Balanced Red Eyes. Going first. I don't want to overextend. I have my combo pieces, but I just set my Shinzen Hu. I didn't know it was Red Eyes. I'd be lying if I said I did. But once I saw that it was Balanced Red Eyes, I knew I pretty much had the game in the bag. He sets 3 in the back row. I target 2, hoping that I at least got one of the Red Eye Spirits. And I'm pretty sure I did, because he didn't have anything chainable at all. I had enough damage on board, but I decided to go BM and fusion into my Joker, because with the A forces it's gonna be exactly 4000. One hit KO, bye bye Bakura and your Red Eyes. Nice and easy. Now this deck is obviously just something fun. It's very gimmicky, it's not competitive. I feel like you guys know this if you guys watch my content. My decks are not ultra competitive, they're just fun. But I still like to, you know, tell people, because I always get asked, is this King of Games worthy? Should I invest in this deck? And the answer is only invest in, you know, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be competitive, invest in competitive decks. If you're trying to have fun, build some fun decks like myself. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. And till next time.